Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to the Kickback Show. I am your host, Shamia Irving, and this is the lovely Kickback crew. We are going to start with introductions to my right, because he already ready. So we're going to start. We're going to start to my right. Take it away.
Yo, my name's Sam.
It's Shalisa.
It's Journey.
It's Lance.
All right, and we are going to ask them to share their grade and the school that they go to. Lance, we're going to bring it back around.
I'm in 9th grade and I go to Cardozo.
I'm in the 9th grade and I go to Eastern.
I'm in the 9th grade and I go to Don Bosco Crystal Ray.
I'm in the 12th grade and I go to Friendship Tucker.
All righty. And you all are probably wondering who is our special guest for today. So sitting to my left, we have
Trayon White, council member of the Ward 8.
All righty. So we are going to talk about resiliency today with the young people in our community. So what is it to be resilient? So that is the ability to withstand or recover quickly from difficult situations. This can be in your life. This could be in your home, your community, at school, a relationship. So that's what we're going to talk about today. So we are going to ask Councilman Trayon White just to share with us when it comes to resiliency. What are some things that you have made it through in your own life to get where you are today?
Oh, wow. A lot. Just growing up in this community, it takes a level of resiliency just to survive, the streets of Southeast Washington, D.C. I was truly blessed with good people in my life and a good path, and I wasn't always where I am today, but, struggled, first of all, academically. In middle school, my teacher told my grandma that I had a learning disability.
Okay.
And so that was like, hit my self-esteem, like, hey, am I slow? Can I learn? But she told me, you're going to get your black A in that school and you're going to learn. And that one sentence gave me the encouragement and boost I need, to go and do well. I faced a lot of adversity. Actually, my first year of college, my grandmother, my mother and grandmother raised me, but my grandmother passed away my first year of college, so that hurt me. It's been a life of adversity, and, so resiliency is in my DNA. Like, you can't get to where you want to be in life without having some type of resilience or some type of stamina, just the ability to overcome.
Okay, I appreciate you for sharing that. So I don't want to just jump over that, overlook that. So you talked about basically somebody else putting a label on you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hitting your self-esteem. I don't know if you all have ever been through anything where somebody said something about you from the outside and not letting that limit you. Oftentimes you hear stories of, people being labeled as something, and it can be a limitation if you let it. But like you said, your grandmother was instrumental in making sure you took your black A to the school building and learned as well. And even losing somebody close to you, I think we all can relate to losing somebody close to us and having to get through that. So thank you. Definitely appreciate you sharing that. Just curious, what school did you go to? I know you say college specifically.
Oh, college or high school?
College.
College, I went to the University of Maryland Eastern Shore for undergrad and grad school. I went to Southeastern University.
Okay.
I did go to law school, but I never finised.
Okay. You still successful.
Allegedly.
So what about like I said, I just want to stay right here for just a second. What about you all in your own life? Do you feel like there's anything that you had to overcome that you made it through?
I would probably say going to school some days, having like grades, and people, my mom telling me, yeah, face this, get this grade up. And she keep doing it and I eventually get the grade up.
Anybody else?
The death of my I think that really took a toll on me. But I was able to pick back up and just do even better. Like I hit back even harder. It's not all B's anymore. It's straight A student. I got 4.0.
Okay.
Wow, congratulations.
Great job. Great job.
Just not getting all A's, which is A's and B's, but hey.
That's good. When I was younger, like 5th grade and under, like I was always like a troublemaker. I like get in trouble for dumb stuff. And like my teachers would always say like, I don't know why you do this stuff because you're very smart, allegedly. And like your actions don't show that. So when I got older, I like changed my ways, you know what I'm saying? And I had to like fight through like my old like troublemaking ways and like start locking in, you know what I'm saying, being good because I knew what I wanted to do when I get older. So I had to Be
That's
resilient.
different.
Yeah.
What you want to
Okay.
do when you get older?
Be a lawyer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
A criminal defense lawyer.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Defend the black people in this community and stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
all right. We're gonna be on the lookout for you.
That's good.
Something that I've overcome. I don't really know, but now my grades are starting to be better. I have all A's and B's. Than the past, I've always had decent grades, but now they're good enough to what I want them to be.
Oh yeah.
All right. One of the things you also mentioned was having a support system. You mentioned the people that were supportive along your journey, and I feel like when it comes to being resilient, that is probably one of the most important things outside of what's inside of you, but having people in your corner, in your life that are going to be supportive and going to be encouraging. You mentioned your mom. Who else does anybody feel like who's supportive in your life right now?
Oh, my teachers, my counselors.
Okay.
I'd probably say my friends, because usually when I first started my school year, I was told that I hang around the wrong crowd of people. And I had to prove to like people, my teachers and staff, like the group I hang around, they're not bad people. You just don't know us. The things we do, like we actually all pretty smart. We all do responsible things. Y'all just
Okay.
see it as something else.
Okay. So all from a different perspective.
Yeah.
But you said your counselors and your teachers. Anybody else?
Definitely my counselors. I feel like they're my biggest support system, other than mom.
Okay. Shout out to the school counselors. All right.
Yeah.
All the people that I've grown close to, and I call them like they my friends, but I call them like my brothers and my cousins and stuff like that.
Okay.
Somebody other than me is my grandmother. When I was younger, my father went away, so she's definitely been there for me.
Okay.
Somebody other than my mom or my grandma and my auntie and a couple friends. Yeah.
Okay. So shout out to grandma, auntie, family members as well. Now I want to bring it back to you. Speaking about your journey at University of Maryland Eastern Shore up until now, how did you? So you said you originally went to law school.
Yep.
How did you get from going in as a freshman to where you are now? Was it something you always knew you wanted to do? What kind of helped pave that way to get here?
Well, I used to have bad grades, and I went from a 1.2 GPA to a 4.1.
Wow.
And at this time, actually, one of my coaches, I was going to Phelps
Okay.
at Northeast. One of my coaches at my local boys and I grew up at number 11 Boys and Girls Club. That's how I met his mom. She was there. She was just cheerleading coach. And he came and transferred me out of my school. Like, he wasn't my guardian, wasn't my father. He wasn't even my particular coach on my team. He came into school and was like, yeah, you come with me. I went to the office. I got in his car. We left. He took me to another school. And from that new school, I started getting good grades.
Okay.
And so I had, a lot of my friends I developed there. It was a charter school at the time. And I went there, everybody was talking about college. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to college then. I've already had the grades, take the SATs a few times. That was also an obstacle for me. I had to take the SAT 5 times just to get in college. Like, it was crazy. But I did. And I went to college in the Murder Eastern Shore. I ended up graduating magna cum laude with a cumulative 3.7 GPA.
Oh, okay.
So I did well academically. So I stayed the course with that. Came home. During that time, I coached Little League football my whole entire college career. I started in high school, coached undergrad and grad school. But Soul Factor was a big help to me. Some of the people that was in my cell group, that was in my network, helped me along the way.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I heard a couple of really important things, and I am going to go back. What you said reminded me of a quote. And it basically says, like, if you have a flower and it's not blooming, you don't try to change the flower, you change the environment. That sounded like that was huge for you. To be able to go to a different environment, be exposed to different things. It sounded like you weren't thinking of college before you went to the new school. But at the new school, college was the norm.
Let me tell you how big my mind was. Like, I was in 8th grade,
Okay.
and I missed almost 50-something days of school that year.
Okay.
And I was banking on going to summer school. When I got my report card saying I passed, I started crying. Like, I don't want to go to the next grade. I wanted to stay back. That's how slow my mind was. I didn't want to go to high school because we went, in D.C., 8th grade used to be middle school. It used to be junior high,
Mm-hmm.
ninth grade. The year I was going to ninth is when they cut it off. So they shipped everybody from 8th grade to ninth. I ain't been to school in so long. I don't even know what's going on. They talking about high school. I said I don't want to go to high school. But I read a book that summer. My uncle gave me this book called "Countering the Conspiracy to Destroy Black Boys" by Joanna Kunjufu. The first book I ever read in my life, and it
Say that again. Say that title of that
It's
book
called
again. So I want y'all to
"Countering
miss it.
the Conspiracy to Destroy Black Boys." They say you want to have something from a black person, put it in a book, and that book really touched me in a way that gave me self motivation and courage to know I am smart, I am brilliant, I am tenacious, and I went to high school and really changed it because the teachers didn't know how messed up I was in middle school, so I was really tricking the teacher like I was a smart kid, and it worked.
Okay.
So
Because you were a small kid.
Yeah, I
Different
was.
environment.
Yeah.
You were a small kid.
Absolutely.
Okay. All right. So definitely appreciate you for sharing that journey. Like I said, different environment exposes you to different things, exposes you to something new, but also making that paradigm shift, changing your mind about your own situation. You mentioned reading important stuff.
Oh yeah.
So again, paying attention to what you are feeding yourself, what you're telling yourself, some messages that you are picking up. And then you said once you actually got to school, you basically continue on that same journey of just doing better, showing yourself that the sky's the limit.
Yep.
There was nothing as a barrier to get in your way.
That sounds like a lot of work. Like a lot of stress built up. Even though you haven't called that stress built up, I want to know what's one way that you keep yourself relaxed, do all of that.
Do all of that. Sports was really an outlet for me. I used to go to a lot of stuff in my church a lot. Family, I got a large family, very large family. So I used to be around my cousins' family, uncles. So that I always had positive outlets. This environment that I was in was conducive for negative behavior. So I just started making a few right choices, and as I started making a few right choices, and more doors started opening for me. I just kept going that route. Like for example, when I was in high school, I was really about to start getting into the streets, and I used to have a pager. I don't know about pagers, guys. So y'all know.
It is a little
It's a little box. Somebody pays you. You look at the number. You call the number back from a landline when you had cell phones back then. But the guy who owned the pager company was on MLK. He paged me. I called him back. He's like, "Man, you ain't pay your bill." And I walk past the store every day. He see me through the window. I keep walking I'm ducking him for at least months. And so at this time, I don't have no money. I'm trying to get some money. I know how to get some money. I'm somewhere else with some money. But he hired me to work at the store. And I worked at that store for probably about 7 months. And a guy came in that store asking me that I want to be on BET. I was like, man, I know this guy from somewhere. And I knew I seen him somewhere. And I said, he worked at the car wash. I'm like, how you going to get me on BET if he worked at the car wash? Because he was it was like a lot of Hispanic guys and him. So I knew, I seen his face. I was like, nah, I don't want to work at that. But fast forward, I ended up actually going audition. Almost 1,100, 1,200 people. And I made the show in California. And so because I went to work for Mr. Lou, I just say I went to work at the pager place.
You told us he hired you.
Yeah, he hired me.
Okay.
You know, he paid me like $30 a week.
Okay.
But I went there, but I say that to say that if you discipline yourself long enough to get to the first door, you'll have so many other doors behind that door because when you're on positive and keep good energy, other things come along. And so that opened up a lot of doors for me.
Other than money, what else other concerns and issues did you have when you were a teen?
Safety. Yeah, I started carrying a gun when I was 14.
Oh.
Yeah, safety. Yeah, it wasn't safe.
Yeah, it's not safe.
Yeah.
It's safe today.
So I was about to say, I feel like that's the same thing that a lot of you all say today. You don't feel safe. Whether you going to school, whether you going home, safety, I feel like, is one of the main things that you all are always talking about, always concerned about.
Yeah.
But again, I love the fact that you talked about the people that you were connected with. So not only the environment that you were in, it was the people that you were a part of and that you got connected to. You also mentioned coaching Little League. So people were pouring into you, supporting you and helping you. And then you were also pouring into other people, supporting other people and helping other people.
Yeah, because what happened was when everybody else was getting bigger, I didn't. So I didn't play in high school football, but I played high school basketball.
Okay.
And so one of my coaches asked me to coach with him. And I was in the 12th grade. Most of my players in the 9th grade.
Okay.
And so when I coached with him, we did very well as far as competing. We won the state championship, traveled around the country. But the sad part is, within 2 years, we lost 5 of those players to homicide, all under the age of 16 years old. And so I was like, man, coaching is not enough. And so I started a nonprofit. That's why I coached so long, because I was able to use that vehicle to bring together young guys from different neighborhoods on this team, and I was able to cultivate relationships. And so that was a big part for me, because so the first one was James Richardson. He got killed in the cafeteria of Blue Senior High School. He was our star running back. Then it just went on and on and on from there. We actually lost almost 13 people from that one team. And up to date, and I coached for 9 years, so you just do the math of all the different players. But I was 17 when I first started coaching.
Wow. So never too young. I think this is my first time hearing about a 17-year-old coach. So I don't know about for the rest of you all. So even in hearing that, the fact that so many years has passed, you can still say his name. Like, I can just imagine the impact that has had in your role as a council member. And then even going back to your earlier start of, coaching and giving back, how much, I guess, would you say are there similarities between like where you are now and where you started from?
Well, I'm a different person at this point in my life. I'm more mature, I'm older, I'm more seasoned, and I see the world different, but I'm able to relate because I come from where young people come from. And even though I come from that, it's still different. And when I listen to them, the lingo, the slang, some of the stuff they're going through, social media is different. When we first started coming up, we had like Black Planet. Y'all know what Black Planet?
No.
See what I'm saying? MySpace. See what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And that was later on. That was like college years. But I say all that to say is that I've evolved over time, and I'm just trying to use my influence and power to create bridges. Like, I'm creating this new thing in schools now where students can actually get a job at their school being a peer mediator. And I think that, with the young people not feeling safe, it's on us as adults to create the vehicle to make them feel safe by empowering them, because I just see that the greatest influence on a young person is another young person.
Absolutely.
Because they're around each other all day. You heard Sam talk about how they said his friends was negative, but he felt like they were good, and over time he was able to prove that. But I just try to focus my energy by giving them a voice.
Absolutely. But you all, I'm pretty sure, have a lot of great ideas. Again, nobody knows your lives better than you all. So I don't know, what y'all think about being a peer mediator in the schools? Do you all know what a peer mediator is or what role they would play?
Not really.
Is it like someone who like resolves issues or something like that?
Yeah, pretty much. So it's like if it's an argument between two young ladies in the school, they have a meeting with the peer mediators and just kind of talk through it, or as an alternative to suspension. And the school can say, you either want to meet with the peer mediators, y'all come up with a solution, or we're going to suspend or expel. And so most people take the lesser penalty, and you kind of work through the
So
issues.
it's ambition and mediation.
Yeah.
That's literally up my alleyway.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
See what I'm saying? We gonna figure this out.
What ages would you create that for?
The pilot program is for high school only.
But
So-
like what grade level?
All grade levels. So they have to go and kind of sign up and do interviews. The schools have to set up a program for it with a subcontractor to come in, do the teachers training. You got to be trained on how to de-escalate, how to deal with conflict resolution, the whole nine.
Okay. Well, definitely, I think that's a great idea. I feel like we all can agree as many fights that take place inside of schools. I think it would definitely be helpful. So you shared, the great work that you're doing in the schools and in the community. How do you feel that us as community members can help to keep things safe as well? Like, what's a call to action or a role that we can play?
That's a great question. I think that we all have to see ourselves as having a role in bettering our community. And the way I feel that you better community is first by bettering yourself, right? Working on yourself, and I think that's how I got to where I am, just kind of working on self, developing self. And I think that because we all influence somebody, believe it or not, no matter how old, how young, what quadrant of the city, we all influence somebody. Mm-hmm. And you got to start where you are. You might have a nephew, a cousin, a little brother, a niece that you can influence. And for me, I started where I was, which was my neighborhood, in my school. I started an organization in my high school my senior year because I was already there. And I had some guys from the Soul Factory working at my school, Avion and Big Tom, and we did a program there. They helped me, but just come up with an idea, implement it, work through it, learn from it, because I remember when I first started this work, not as in school, but I started my nonprofit. I started a school give back. And I remember being outside and trying to get people to come, and I posted a flyer on my social media, and 8 people came.
Okay.
So I was like, dang, nobody coming. I bought all this stuff. So I take the flyer down, I post it again, and nobody came. And then now if I do it, last year we had at Blue, almost 1,500 people came. So it's like, even though you start small, you just stay consistent, and you fast forward now. We on a big football field. It's 1,300, 1,500 people running around.
So one thing I feel a common theme in your story, you do not give up.
No.
Every situation, every example or story that you told, it does show a pattern of, like you said, consistency, being persistent. Resiliency. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Not giving up. So as the council member, what do you feel like that you've done that you're most proud of?
Most proud of, I think that growing up, I've seen a divestment in youth services over the years, meaning like Blue had a wreck, Orr had a wreck, Ketchum had a wreck, Kramer had a wreck, and I'm 11 Boys and Girls Club. I can name at least 10 that closed down. And we say, hey, what's going on with the youth? No, we divested in safe places, resources, coaches, after school program, outlets. We divested in them. And so part of my success now is trying to rebuild that. So I'm building 6 brand new recreation centers in this community. 1 under construction right now, and 1 just got finished. So that's what I'm really working on, because I want to be able to say when I come back, I'm not going to be the council member forever, that we have staples in the community that youth and young adults can go and feel safe. Because like you said, a lot of them say they don't feel safe. And it's hard for them to travel all the way over here because this wreck might be in somebody else, the different nuances to that. So, but I've, senior living facilities in my community, because our seniors out here, we built 1 down the street. Actually, I ain't go down there and build it, but, I'm doing 3 of those in this community. We got a new hospital being done in this community. It's state-of-the-art, brand new, we're working on bringing more grocery stores. And so each and every day I'm chipping at a way to create equity and inclusion for the residents who have historically been left behind and neglected for over 30 years.
Okay. Well, that all sounds like great news in the community. And it seems like something that touched people from all different walks of life, all different populations. Different areas that can expose people to great opportunities and different ways to you never know what can change a person's life. So I love that. You talked about influence as well, so I think that's great. All right, so now we're going to move into just to some random questions, some more lighthearted questions. What's your favorite pizza topping?
Pineapple.
This for everybody, all right.
You say what?
Pineapples. Love pineapple.
Oh my
Serious, bro? Are we serious right now?
Yeah, if they don't got pineapple, I don't even get it.
Y'all nasty.
Don't worry, when y'all get a little older, your taste buds will learn to
I
appreciate
got a pineapple pizza in my house on the table right now.
Pineapples.
Yeah.
Okay, so you said pineapples. What's your favorite?
Spinach.
Spinach.
Okay.
Cheese.
Cheese.
Just give me regular cheese.
Oh my God, cheese heads.
Pineapples is definitely elite. Okay, what does not go on a pizza?
Pineapples.
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 Oh
It's
my
definitely
God.
olives. I can't believe nobody said
Olives and pineapples.
Definitely got pineapples. You touching it?
Yeah, it's nasty.
Okay. It is.
And then it's supposed to go in the oven. Like, yeah, I can see that with ham.
Maybe
Warm
because
But nah.
Maybe because we young. We don't understand.
Exactly. Say it again, Sam.
No.
Speak for yourself.
I tried pineapple pizza. It just wasn't for me.
Okay.
It's just the taste is just not. That's not there.
All right, favorite song now. What's your favorite song that's out now?
Beninese Boys to Men.
Vietnamese Voice to Men. All right. Have y'all ever heard
Yeah.
that? Okay. You want to sing a little bit of it?
No.
What's your favorite song, Journey?
I don't have a favorite song, but Raw Wave is my artist.
Oh,
Rob Wade.
Come
Rob Wade
on,
just
bro.
got locked up, man. He out.
I think he out now.
Okay.
He out now.
I like Rob Wade.
Yeah.
Y'all seen that post?
What
No,
pose?
what pose?
The height to weight ratio.
What are you
Wait.
saying?
It's about Raw Wade.
Yeah, you trying to be
Only
funny?
when I saw when he was posing with
Go
somebody,
ahead.
I think while he was in jail or
Trying
something like
to be
that.
funny?
Go ahead, bro.
No, I'm being serious.
What's your
Is
name?
it-
Old man?
I don't
Yeah,
have
3
one. I don't have one.
You don't remember?
Okay.
I got 2 songs named Neck and Neck right now. Never Came by Raw Wave and Cupid by 112.
112?
112. Man,
One, two.
112.
112. Yeah, I got you.
That's my song.
I love that song.
That's a class. That's called timeless
You
music.
just heard that song?
Nah, I heard it.
Oh, okay. Jalisa, what's your favorite song?
Sativa by Junior High School.
Sativa.
How'd that go?
I'm not singing it.
Give us the words.
What, isn't it going with Sweet Lee in it? Sativa.
Sway Lee is in it. That is Sway Lee.
Is it hot over here? Is it just me? Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, I know
You
what
got a
you're
duo over here. I've never heard of that song. Okay.
Why?
Yeah, you
I
heard
love
that.
this
That's very
album.
popular.
I have not heard of it. All right, so thank you all for joining us today. Again, thank you so much, Councilman Trayon White. We appreciate you being here, sharing some really great information. So we will see you all in about 2 minutes for the next segment. Peace.
Hey y'all, thank you for tuning into the Kickback Show. Make sure you keep up with us at our Instagram at the Kickback Show DMV. And also feel free to kick it with us and share your comments below. And now, back to the show.
All right, you all, welcome back to our second segment of the Kickback Show. We appreciate you all for still sticking with us. Get comfortable, grab your snacks. So today we are going to be talking about life goals. All right, so we're going to walk through the entire process, right? It's April of 2024, so we want everybody to identify your goals. We want you all to achieve your goals this year, but we're going to walk through the process to find out exactly what those goals are, what steps you have to take. So, starting with you, Sam, give me one goal you want to achieve.
One goal I want to achieve is making a name for myself like my mother.
Making a name for yourself.
Yeah,
Okay.
people hear my mother's name, they're like, oh, I know, oh yeah, that's her. I want people to be saying that for me.
Okay. All right, I like that, Jalisa. One goal.
One goal I want to achieve is just help my school make the school more diverse.
Help your school become diverse. Okay. Journey, what about you? One goal.
A goal for me, I just want to better up myself and my personality.
Okay. Better yourself, better your personality, Lance.
Being the best person that I could be and helping other people do whatever it is they want to do.
All right. So as y'all can see, the Kickback crew, they got some big goals, right? So what we're going to do, we're going to try and take that goal and break it down to small steps to identify what is it that you can really do, the practical steps to help you reach your goal. All right. So Sam, you said make a name for yourself, right? Making a name for yourself in what ways?
In my photography business.
In your photography business. Okay.
And what that is?
Oh, go ahead.
Say the name of it.
Shout out.
Catch You by Sam.
Say that one more time.
About Sam with the Cam, also known as Catch You by Sam.
Sam with the Cam. Is that on Instagram?
Yeah.
At Sam with the Cam?
Yeah.
All right. Y'all heard it here. Go follow Sam with the Cam. All right. So with your photography business, you want to make a name for yourself. Now, let us know what is one thing that you can do or that you're already doing to make a name for yourself in photography.
One thing I'm doing, I'm getting my name, like I'm talking to my friends, like booking for y'all events. After they book me, I would post my final project, the photos I took with my editor. I tag them in it, they be posted. Then people ask who did your photos, and they send them my.
Okay, so we're breaking these big goals down into smaller tasks. So you said making sure that you tag the people that you meet, making sure that you're asking them to repost it so that you're getting more exposure on Instagram. All right, what about you, Jalisa? So helping your school to become more diverse, what is one thing that
I
you think
actually
you can
want to
do?
change my goal.
Okay. Go change.
I think my main goal of overall is graduating.
Graduating.
Walk across that stage.
Literally.
Okay, walking across the stage. And Jalisa, remind us, you are in the 9th grade now, right?
Yes.
Okay, so what is one thing that you can do this week, this month, this school year to get you closer to that goal?
Join another sport.
Say that again.
I could join another sport.
Join another sport.
No. I want to maintain my GPA more.
Maintain your GPA. Okay, so what's one thing you can do to maintain your GPA?
I guess I could say just making sure my grades are up to par.
Okay, so what's the actual step you're going to take? Are you going to study more? Are you going to make sure you turn your homework in on time? Are you going to write your assignments down on the calendar? Say it again, Sam.
Go to tutoring.
Go to tutoring. What's those practical steps that you're going to do to maintain it?
Is it bad? Because I don't go to tutoring.
It's not bad, 'cause I don't either.
But steps that I do take to maintain my GPA, I go after class. I go smack to the teacher if I don't understand. Like I don't let it sink in that I don't understand. I hate feeling like I don't understand. Like I need it to click. So.
Okay. So your one step to maintain your GPA, actually your big goal is graduating. Under that, we have in order to graduate, you got to maintain your GPA. And the way you're going to maintain your GPA is to go to your teachers and ask them whatever it is that you don't understand.
Yeah.
You're going to commit to that. I like that. All right. So, Journey, your goal was making your personality better, just improving yourself. So what do you mean by that? Because that's a huge goal. So what do you mean by that?
I just want to focus on myself more, stop worrying about other people, because I tend to care about people a lot.
Okay. Care about what other people think, but you just want to focus on your own thoughts for yourself. Okay. So what's one thing that's going to help you what's one thing that's going to help you focus on yourself more? What's one thing you can do to help focus on yourself more? Are you going to give yourself positive affirmations? Are you going to journal, sort of like what you're thinking or some positive things?
I feel like I want to start journaling. I thought about that, but I've never really got into it, so I think I'm going to try that.
Okay, so that's one thing you're going to try is to start journaling.
Yes.
Okay, all right. Lance, we coming over to you. What about you?
Well, I want to better myself, be the best person I can be. I feel like.
Yeah, tell us what you mean by that, because that's a big statement.
Definitely like getting my grades up more.
Okay.
Because I've been slacking.
Okay.
And I definitely feel like I could do way better than what I'm showing.
So give us one thing that you're going to do to actually help get your grades up.
Start going to class more.
Okay. So going to class more often. All right. So that's the one thing. Look, again, if you're tuning in, the list doesn't have to be long, right? We just want to make sure that you're being realistic with yourself. So we basically creating SMART goals. We need it to be specific. We want to be able to measure it, right? We want it to be attainable, achievable, something that you all can do, okay? We want it to be, again, realistic. And we wanted you to be able to set a time to it. Give yourself a limit, all right? So you said you give your information out. You ask people to repost it. How soon do you do that?
Like
how quick? So let's say you meet Jaleesa today.
Okay.
How soon do you, after you meet her, do you go and put the information on Instagram and tag them and things like that? Do you wait a long time? You do it right away? Like how?
As soon as I get home on my computer, I do my editing process, and after I edit, I be like, okay, the photo's about to go up now.
Okay. Now, how about how many times a week or a month do you do that specific task? Or would you like to do that specific task?
Well, like 3 to 4.
Okay. So your goal is to do that at least 3 to 4 times a month. Okay. All right. That's great. Again, this all ties into making a name for yourself in your photography, but you have to be able to see the small steps a lot of time to reach the big goal. Now, for you, Jaleesa, you're going up to the teachers. You're asking them now, are you doing this after every class? Once a week? How often do you see yourself doing this?
I say anytime I don't understand. I am a very fast learner.
Okay.
But I still do have times I don't understand. So I do it pretty often in algebra class.
Okay.
I'm there after class every day. And sometimes if it's independent, like she comes to me and she be like, hey, like, are you okay? Like, did you get frustrated about today's lesson? And we work from there.
Okay. So it sounds like you have a great relationship with your teacher as well.
I have a great relationship with all my teachers. And I think my grades benefit that as well because it's like a lot of the times when you have a great relationship with your teachers, it's easier to maintain your grade because they're not going to let you just fall. Even if you don't have a relationship, they shouldn't let you fall. But like when you got a bond with your teacher, it's just harder for you to fail.
Okay. So I love that you all kind of answer actually a 2-part question because you not only identified the steps you have to take, but you also identified who can help you and who can be supportive. So like with you, it's your teachers. For you, it's the other people, the other influential people that you meet as well. So I think that's great. Then Journey, bringing it over to you. So you said you want to give writing in your journal a try. How often do you see yourself writing in your journal? Like what's the What do you want to set for yourself that's a realistic time frame? How often you can write?
I feel like I want to try to write not whenever something's bothering me, but like maybe if I have a feeling, or maybe write like at the end of the week, like what overall happened, or like how I felt the week, or something like that.
So it sounds like you want to try and write at least once a week. Okay, that's an awesome goal. Now, in terms of who can help support you with this goal, do you already have a journal?
No.
Okay. So would you need to maybe talk to maybe your mom, or would you buy it yourself? How do you see yourself getting the journal to write in?
I think I'll buy it myself.
Okay. All right. Now, while you're writing your thoughts down, do you see yourself being open or comfortable enough to maybe talk to a friend about some of the things you may be thinking or feeling, or no, not yet?
I feel like once I get to a point where, then yeah.
Okay.
I know who the person is.
Okay. All right. Thank you for sharing that. And what about you, Lance? So you mentioned going to class, right? Realistically, what's your goal? What's your target? How many classes do you have on your schedule now? Let's start there.
I have 3 in the morning.
Okay.
And I have 2 in the afternoon.
Okay, 3 in the morning, 2 in the afternoon. Yes. Are there any classes that you miss more than others?
Definitely.
Definitely, which ones? In the morning or the afternoon?
My first period and my last period.
Okay, so are those the 2 classes that you're focusing on to get to one time?
Yeah, the rest of my classes I have all A's in.
Okay, way to go. Let's start with this morning class. What's the one thing that you think you can do differently to actually get there on time? Because it sounds good getting to class on time, but what is that actual thing that you think you have to do to get there on time?
Stop taking like too many detours to go into class. Definitely waking up on time.
Okay, so you got a couple things. Waking up on time, not taking detours. Now, is this detours before you even get to the school building, or you in the building making detours?
In the building making detours. Okay. Because, like, I could be walking to class, and somebody down the hall called my name, and they be like, Lance, come here. Or, like, what's up? And then we just start talking and, like, going other places. It just be, like, a whole thing. Okay. And then when I get to class, they mid-lesson, and it just be like, I saw you in the building, and why you ain't come to class? And yeah, it just be tough, you know.
Okay.
It be like that sometimes, man.
Yeah.
Now this is coming from a senior though, so he's trying to get where you are, right? As a senior, I'm pretty sure you can let Lance know how important it is to get to class. It's important.
Like sometimes you might see someone, but yo, what's up? Keep it going, but I don't know about that. Sometimes I just happen to do that too. Cause I got endless friends. I do that. Then I'll be walking people. I walk someone to class, and I lose track of time. I just better. I'm a little bit late.
Yeah.
Okay. So Lance said, get up on time and stop making detours when you see your friends talking.
Especially going to the store before school, like, cause it's a store right down the street from the school, and like my walk, like when I walk up, it's literally like right in the middle of where I go to. So I like get snacks, you know, for school and stuff. And yeah, sometimes they be making me late too.
Okay. So it sounds like you recognizing what is getting in the way, what your barriers are. So you just have to pick which one and possibly look at some other possibilities, like waking up earlier, leaving earlier, so you can still go to the store and get to school on time.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Now, who do you think can be supportive and helping you wake up on time, get into the school building, actually go to class? Anybody in your circle that you think would support you with that?
I mean, my mom already does. Like, she started waking me up. Okay. Because sometimes when my alarm goes off at like 7:20.
Okay.
So, like, sometimes I just press stop, you know, be like, I got 15 more minutes.
But you really got 15 more minutes?
I don't.
So you really got 15 more minutes?
Like, sometimes it just be hard getting up because, like, it's early. My school started at 9 o'clock.
Okay.
So I got like an hour and 30 minutes or so to get to school.
That's early.
Excuse me. That's early. Yes. I got to be at school before 7:45.
Man.
And I live an
No, like it's different when you know school starts later than other schools, so you think you can sleep more.
I've been attending my school since the 9th grade. I've woke up at 5 o'clock each school year.
I used to have to do that every day in middle school and before that, but now I'm chilling. You know.
Okay.
You know how long the bus takes?
It sounds
Yes.
like, so look, writing down your goals is not always easy, right? And it's not always simple, but it is always important to identify your goals, write them down, and have dialogue about them. And ask yourself, what do I have to do that's practical, that's realistic for you to achieve this goal, right? You see how we breaking the steps down, talking about it, saying what your barriers really are, what's really getting in your way, and look at what behaviors you may really have to change, what adjustments you may really have to make in order to reach those goals. Because we want to be successful, right? When we setting goals for ourselves, we want to reach them. Nobody want to write goals and never get them done, right? So, again, thank you all for sharing your goals. Thank you for being willing to talk about your goals. We hope you all were writing down your goals as well. Comment down below. Let us know what some of them are. We wish you all good luck. And this is our last segment for this show. So, we will see you all next time. Peace.
Peace out, y'all.